Hey, what's up? So, listen. So, I just finished a session with a client and was talking about parenting. And this is something that I notice with a lot of parents. Question: what is the reason that your child or children are in so many activities? Now, don't think that because I'm asking the question that there's something wrong. I'm not. I'm just. I want you to think about why are your children in so many activities. In the summer, why does your child need something to do? Here's what I told my therapist. She was like, well, he needs to find something that he likes to do. Some kind of camp, some kind of skill he need to learn. Like he needs to do something instead of just sitting around playing video games all summer. And the kid is 13. So I said, do you think your therapist is, you know, you like your therapist? You think he's successful? You think he know what he's talking about? Do you think he's intelligent? Right? Do you think he's a bum? Is he not doing anything with his life? I said, what do you think your therapist did in the summers when he was a kid? She's like, I don't know. I said, nothing. Nothing. Summertime hit. I go to my grandmother's house. From the time the sun come up, I'm down at my homeboy Jonathan's house, and we hanging out all day, walking up and down the street, doing whatever. We didn't have no activities. If I had video games back then, I'd been playing video games all summer. My point is this: I'm not advocating for video games, and I'm not advocating for not doing anything for the summer. What I am advocating for is you not putting on your children what you think they need to be successful in life when it is. I'm living proof that ain't true. And all the activities throughout the year. Let your children decide if they want to play soccer or if they want to play basketball. If they don't, let them be a kid. It'll be okay. I said the other day on my post that we spend too much time, we spend too much focus on grades and behavior and not enough time and attention on developing relational skills, teaching them how to relate to other people. I know you want them to be successful, but here's what I tell my clients. I'm going to share this with you. If you want your children to be successful on this planet, teach them how to do relationships well. If they can do that, even if they are a D student, they will be okay. If you teach them how to do relationships, they'll find a way to make money. That's easy. But stop loading all these things onto your children, thinking that's going to make them great and well-rounded. It's not. You spending time with them is going to make them great. You giving them grace. You need to make up your mind what you want to do with your life. What? So I'm sitting before you as a therapist. Now I'm not using me as an example as if I went the best route or this is the route to go, but I'm just making a point. Where I am today, I'm, 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 the world would consider me successful, right? I make more money than I've ever made. I'm my own boss. I'm sitting here at home talking to you guys. I make my own schedule, right? But I didn't do all of that stuff, the summers doing whatever. Okay. I didn't do that. I wasn't a straight A student, right? I'm intelligent, but I wasn't a straight A student. As a matter of fact, if I can detour, uh, making straight A's don't really say much about your intellect. It says more about whether or not you're paying attention and you can remember. Like if you get a D in history, does that mean you're not smart? No, I mean you just didn't read and remember. Don't have anything to do with your smarts. The stuff that has something to do with smarts, I would say maybe math, like figuring stuff out. But anyway, that's beside the point. I was going somewhere else. I got to where I got to without doing all the stuff that you guys are doing with your kids. And I'm not saying that's wrong, but here's what I did lack that I had to get myself. And if I had gotten it in childhood, I'd be where I am, and I'd be 29 or 39 instead of about to be 49. Relational skills, knowing how to do relationships, how to love me, how to validate me, knowing who I am, and then how to relate to others, how to talk to them, how to deal with conflict. Teach them that. Instead of every time they get an F or get a bad grade, you punish them for the bad grade, but you don't take the time to understand why. Maybe there's a reason they're not turning in their work other than the fact that you call them lazy. Maybe they're not lazy. Or maybe they are lazy, but maybe there's a reason for that. Because they are human. They're not machines. They work like all of us work. When I look lazy on the outside, like I'm sitting in here and I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Perfect example, this book that's supposed to have been finished years ago, literally. This book is about 3 years behind, honestly. Is it behind because I'm trifling? Is it behind because I'm lazy? You can legitimately say those are valid reasons, but what's the why behind it? What's going on the inside of me that caused me to delay and whatever, all this kind of stuff? And, I wasn't saying, I was kind of a rhetorical question, but I'll give you the answer anyway. Dealing with relational stuff. I'm not talking about my divorce. I'm talking about me. Learning who the hell I am. The fact that I just said who the blank I am live lets you know that I've grown to a place where I'm comfortable with me, but I don't want to offend some of you because Dr. Daniels taught me that everybody can't handle the fullness of you. But my point is, stop putting on your children what you think is going to be the best for them, but you're not getting their input. Do children know what's best for them? No. But even when you do what's best for them that they don't know is best for them, you still got to treat them like they're human, like they have a say, they have a will. You treating them like a slave, I promise you, they're going to pay for it. I don't care how old they are. You treat them like a slave, like they have no voice, they have no say, they have no whatever. I know you pay all the bills. I know they got to go to school whether they want to or not, but do you have to say it in a way that injures their soul? You don't have to speak the truth in a way that injures their soul. You ain't got to do that. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but the big picture, the big point is, do parenting better. Don't parent from your pain. Don't parent from fear. I didn't have this, so I'm going to make sure my kids get that. That might be good in and of itself, but the source of it is your pain. You're going to injure them. I promise you. You're going to injure them. So the things that you want them doing, that may be good stuff, but your intent may be tainted and you don't know it. So what that means then is that you may need to grow as a person so that you can understand, like all of my kids play basketball because I love basketball. God ain't told me they was going to be basketball players when they was infants. That's what I wanted. When the Bible says, this is really random all over the place, right? The Bible says, raise up a child in the way that they should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. It's not talking about morally. It's not talking about raise up a child to have good grades. And then so when they get old, they'll always excel. That ain't what it means. It means raising a child according to their bent in life, meaning what are their giftings and what are their skills? You got to pay attention to know that. What are they inclined? What are they motivated towards? Raise them that way. That's what it's talking about. Here's the last thing I'm gonna share. I was thinking about this the other day. So, all of the people who were only children, they get older. They wish they had siblings. The folk who had a bunch of siblings, they wish they was an only child, right? Folk who had two parents, but dad was an alcoholic, They wish they had a single parent. Single parents wish they had two. And that probably wasn't a good example. But you get my point. The point is this: whatever we don't have, we get to adulthood and say, man, I wish I had that. And so then we try to take that and put it on our children when there's no guarantee that that would make them successful. Like my client said, when I was growing up, my parent didn't put me in anything. And when I asked them why, they said, well, because you didn't want to. And I'm like, well, and she said, well, I said, well, who's the parent? And my thing is, so because your parents didn't put you in stuff, I mean, it's time to get my son off the bus. Because your parent didn't put you in stuff, now it's your belief that you need to put your kid in stuff because that's the best thing, because it's what you wanted. Your parents didn't take you on vacation, so now you breaking your neck so you could take them on a vacation. And I'm not anti-vacations. I'm talking about your motive. You're parenting from a place of pain and fear. You are going to injure your children. Okay, that's it. That's all. Just wanted to share that with you. That sounded like fussing, huh? I'm passionate about children. I want to do a video call. I'm doing the Conscious Partner this weekend, Friday. Catch me live. I'm doing the Conscious Partner. I think I'm gonna do the Conscious Parent next, or do I want to do the Conscious? Because I had the Conscious Partner. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Conscious Parent at some point. I don't know when. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank y'all for listening.